Welcome. Today, we are turning this into a really fun, well, I'll show you. This is the card that inspired it all. This was from a card swap from Sarah Simon. And I thought, I hadn't made these for a couple of years. It's so fun that ideas just kind of go round and round and round. And I thought it was so fun. So it looks like an ordinary card in the front. And when you open it, out comes a gift card. I thought, that is just adorable. And those of us, I know we give lots of gift cards now, and it's really fun. Then the packaging makes a difference. You know, instead of the shopping and doing all that, we get to do fun packaging. Oh, good. Carlos says our papers are ready, and this is always fun. And my only announcement quickly before that is, if you want to come back again in an hour at 2 o'clock, we are doing our bowl of curiosity. We're going to tell our story.
It'll be filled with questions.
And we're going to see if we can, if we will or are able to answer many of them. But we want to talk about the special deal with the starter kit.
If she can't, I will.
But we're also going to talk about our journey with this. And we'd love your input. We just love to have a good conversation. So it doesn't matter what your level of interest is in anything. It's just come have a good time. It's just a chatting time. So I think we're ready.
I'm ready.
And it is Karen and Tim sitting on the back porch. Let's get started. And do keep in mind, it is free shipping for today and tomorrow yet at $75. That's my only other announcement. Let's pull it down here and we'll show you the pieces. Mm-hmm. So one last look at this card. And I just thought this is just so adorable.
So I should get a card, but you can't see it on there. But
you put your gift card here.
Yeah. But yeah.
So you'll find something that kind of coordinates. And it's fun. I didn't have time to go looking for all of that. Maybe I will find a couple to go with these. So these are the things we need. Our regular 8.5 by 5.5. And these are the two main things that are going to be working with. And then these are just the filler pages. So this is really easy. And then the accent. So this you can always find by measuring down 1/4 inch. Oh, so glad to have you guys on here. Kim said she's watching, but she's working on her Halloween cards. Oh, I guess it's time for that. It is a beautiful day here. If there's still some sunlight left when we're over with our next session, we are going out. Oh, see, like this. That's perfect, Tim. And you know it's even going to be more perfect in the card I'm going to make, because we're doing black and white. Ooh, so hang on to that. Okay. Right. As you can see, we're doing black and white. So the first one we're going to do is a Christmas card. And then we're going to do a bunch of other things, because gift cards aren't just for Christmas. So I am going to take... And this is...
I thought you were saying Christmas cards aren't just for Christmas, but you were just saying gift cards.
Gift cards, yeah. Because we give them, you know, for birthdays and thank yous and everything else. This is the easiest way I like to do things. So this is 8.5 by 5.5 regular card base. We would normally put it in half. We're going to score it 2 inches in from one side and 2.5 from the other. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to score it 2 inches.
And then she turns it around
and do 2.5. It's just so much easier to remember that for me. And then we'll put that right there for future reference, because we're going to make a few cards today, as always. So then I have my little turnover card, and you're going to see it's going to be 4 inches right there, which is going to be just perfect. So I'm going to set that down, and I am going to put, oh yeah, Tim's going to bring his thing. So these are these two measurements. And they're just 1/4 inch down from there. So I'm going to set those right here. You know, on my blog will be the project sheet, so you can download everything and have it right there at a glance. So that makes it a whole lot easier. So we're going to put tape on this. We're going to just do this base structure of the card. So this one. Okay. I put it the wrong one. I'm just laughing because it didn't fit. And I thought, well, you know, it's I've changed how I do videos for we've gotten more and more casual as we get older. And I tend to do cards that aren't totally finished. So I don't often add the gems or the last things, but it's kind of a work in progress. It kind of fits because I can chat more about how I make decisions.
According to this, they're much more complicated because she doesn't know where each piece goes.
So we just love it if you guys can laugh with us. That's just, really all we need. So, okay. Then this part is going to be attached up. And I like to use, I'll wait and do that afterwards. Now we'll do that. This is the other part that matters. So we're going to do the same thing. This is 5 7/8 by 4 1/4. And we're going to do 2 inches in on one side and just a 1/2 inch in on the other side. So we're basically doing it the same way. And if we have this down, that will be great. Let's see. Connie has 30 Halloween cards going out. Oh, I'm impressed. That's really fun. Okay, let's look. So I'm going to fold this over and I'm going to fold this up. So you can see this is the mechanism that's going to fit in here. So this is how we're going to look. I'm going to put a little part of a circle. You can use any kind of a circle punch, but it doesn't need to be a circle punch either. Just any. You could hand do a little V. This is anything to help slide the pull the card out easier, but you could really do without. Now this is the deal. This is where this is going to go, right along that line.
On the top.
On the top. So I like to take tear and tape for this. Partly because it's easier to see and it'll be a little stronger, but you can just use regular adhesive too. Oh, we've got Canadians in the house. It's so fun. And from all kinds of states. I just love that. And then you can see we're just going to line this up carefully here in the middle, right along the edge.
Close to the middle.
Yeah, well, kind of in the middle, but the edge of that, the edge of the thing there. And then this is when you'll know it works. Do you see how this slides down? We just want to make sure it's going to slide down and close. The first time I made this, and that's why there's this weird measurement, 5 7/8, because I had to trim a little off. And then I thought somewhere there could be a weird thing, but it's really easy to do once you get the hang. So just find your own thing. So then I'm going to close up these 2 ends. I know Halloween is coming soon. This may be, or each year we say, will we be invited? Will Hank still walk around with his younger cousins for a while? And then we go along for that part before he goes. But you know, one of these years he won't. So we don't know. We just wait to be told. It's all good.
Out at Harvard.
Yeah, that's right. But we love it that he likes to still do that with his younger cousins. Okay, and then I'm going to close this to see. I'm going to just close that up. Okay, now to see how this works, how cool is this? This could also hold another like precious little card in here, photos. You know, it's just the idea of something, you know, it looks like a regular card and then you're going to open it and it just slides up. All right, so then to decorate, and I'm using this paper. And this again, since this is a Christmas card, one of the things I love about this paper is some of the trees have stars, so are very much Christmas, and some don't. So they could just be a forest. They could be a birthday or anything. I am just going to layer these to make my accent. So this is all black and white and gold. That's why I was thinking, Tim, that card will be just perfect for this. And I'll just put this on. I often use glue dots to put the top on. We'll just do this. Okay, I'm going to put this right here. And then I love all the different little, these are the greetings that come in black and white. So I just pulled out a bunch. This is not the Christmas one. There's another Christmas set in gold. I could have pulled that out, but I just was looking to see what would work if I want to put a little thing here. Or I also loved how she put something here. Oh, so let's do 2. I actually think I'm going to like black on that. Okay, I like that. Do you like that?
Yep. But you need another small one for inside?
See, I don't like that as much. Okay, we'll put this one on. So I'm going to put that right there. And then I thought then I was just thinking on the inside, this would work. We could do Happy Holidays.
Is it going to sink under though?
I don't know. Maybe it won't slide under. Should we try it? Should we be risky and try it? These seem a little big because you aren't going to see them. Or they could go behind here. Let's see. Let's put your card in. We put the card in. Ooh, could also put something up here. Merry Christmas. Or let's see, what do you like best? So we're full of choices. This up here probably makes the most sense because it won't get stuck on that. And then,
Okay.
or
so
right there. But
this-
I try that. You want to try that?
let's try it.
Okay, we'll try it.
Make sure that it's well taped so it doesn't have
So what would really make this work better
Karen?
is well taped.
Okay, we don't want any
No, it won't be.
edges.
No,
It'll
no.
catch. Okay.
Tim's going to teach me how to make this better. But so I'm going to make him do it so I can coach him. Okay. So if we really wanted this flat, I would use, when we use the glue and put it on and then it's totally flat, but I don't have that out here. Okay. Do you want to test it and see if this is going to work? Oh, Tim's going to be really extra special here. And he's going to make it down flat. Oh, okay. And ta-da, let's see. No, it works. Now, I don't know if we need a little bling on there, or if there's enough bling.
No, there's not enough.
Never enough bling?
Never enough.
Okay, so we'll pull out the bling here. And let's find
Something gold.
here's my, okay. We'll do the gold. Should we do, I think I'm just going to do one down here. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
So we need to move on. Okay. Does that work?
Yeah.
We can also add some inside. Okay. Card number 1. And if you guys have seen this, this is so cool. I like to cut the edge of the embellishments and then they just pull out this way. It's a lot easier than trying to get that flap down inside. So that is card number 1. Karen says one good thing in her life is the stress fractures in her right foot. She can't drive, so she's home more and watches this live. Oh, that is the funniest reason ever. But I'm really, really glad to have you with us.
I think it's actually a sad reason.
It's a sad reason, but it's also called making the most of it, right? Okay, so now we'll go on to another one. Now we're going to do.
This is where we started.
So,
and this is what we just did.
Here are my next pieces. So when I'm looking at a card like this, I think first about what might be my accent. So for the next card, this is going to be my accent because I thought this was perfect. And I don't know if I will want this just on here plain. So I was kind of just looking at this. I don't know if I want this on plain, if I'd want a smaller circle or a bigger circle. So I just have all of this out to play with as we go along. And then from my accents, the same thing I did here. I started with this, and then I just decided what I liked with it from the paper. So on this one, then I picked these 2 papers. They're just the flip side.
Is that weird?
We'll see when we get to it. I don't know if there's room for it. So, so we shall see. Okay, so we're ready for this. Isn't this a fun layout? I think it's just such a useful one. So remember on this one's really easy. This is our half sheet of cardstock, and we're doing 2.5 on one end and 2 on the other. And I'm going to do the white right while I am up here. So once you have these measurements cut, these are really easy too. So I am going to do 2, flip it, and do a half. Okay, so all of that is done. And you can score those points. I will put this paper on.
Which way does it go?
Okay, we'll do this way. And you see this will go in the card. So then this one comes up.
Okay.
So they're going to go that way. And then I'm going to put these on with those same measurements. And these are just going to be flipped that way. And of course, you can always level things up by adding another layer. You know that I tend to show things the simplest version of all, because all of you who love to step things up, you know how to do it. And I love both. But I love starting with quick and easy and seeing the basics. So now if you're using paper, like I suggest, that you don't care about, you would just put this whole card together and then put all your directions on the back.
But not
and it doesn't need to match.
Not construction paper, though.
Right. But it doesn't need to match, but things you don't care about. And then, or you could put a sticky note on the back and put all the directions and put one in for saving. Now, I didn't add words here. I make them back, so you'll see the finished version on the blog. I can't see the top right post-it. Okay, with that, you want to see all of them? Okay, let's see. If you want, these don't really matter because they're just the 1/2 inch. So these are the 2 that matter. These are the 2 that make the card, if you can see. But also know it'll be on my blog because these are just these measurements 1/2 down. And this is cool. We're not putting it inside because this is the inside. So, we don't have our usual path that we do inside there. Okay, so I'm going to just put my little mark in there, and then I'm going to put this on. You can see how easy it is to just make up a whole bunch of these. And if you were doing these for Christmas, if you're someone who gives gift cards for Christmas, I think these would be fun to make a basket of these. If you don't like doing all of one card, think of all the different Christmas. I mean, these are both Christmas cards. What if you had a whole basket and people got to select if you're giving the same gift? That would be a fun thing too. There's so many fun things, or you can make it kind of fit their interests. Okay, so I'm going to peel this off. Yeah, isn't that easy? It's such an easy mechanism. It's just, now I'm going to take the wider one. And again, I'm just lining it up right there at the score line. And then I will be ready to close this up. We have our retreat coming up in 2 weekends. I said, that's time just really goes, doesn't it? And that will be a card play retreat that I do with some team members. And I know we'll see a bunch of you there. That will be fun. And then to put that on. And now we have our sliding thing. Now we're ready to decorate. So this is really the card. Mm-hmm.
What was it that we used to take when we were in the 60s to make your fingernails stronger? Was there
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Oh,
because I just broke a fingernail.
Gelatin.
Okay. Taking gelatin. Does anyone still do that? I don't remember anything. Okay. Jackie says she has a DSP that's 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. The other one is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So those are the 2 measurements. And then these. Okay. So now in putting this together.
Okay. Now I put 2.
Okay. Now we're going to look at all the choices.
Yeah.
This to me,
like that.
Okay, that looks really different because it doesn't have this
Yeah.
but I actually like it.
No,
I actually like it
I
like that.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually think that's
I
interesting.
do.
It fits. And then I will need to come up with some words here. I don't have words here, but it'll be balanced and they'll be finished. And if I add gems. But you see, this is where the fun is, I think, of just deciding how to decorate.
So these don't work?
I don't want to do Christmas. This is not going to be a Christmas card.
Christmas. Yeah.
So then I'm going to just attach this by the top. And I thought, pretty fun. Oh, Connie says, could you write in a darker marker? Cannot read the directions. Okay.
I will.
Tim to the rescue. Tim will find a narrow. Yep. He will do that. He will do that. If I'm really early and prepared, I try to put them on print them out on the computer, but so it's common in my day. But I think this is just lovely. So this could be happy birthday, or this could be a thank you to a teacher. And teachers, gift cards are just great for teachers. And this would be an easy card kids could make too, or a Christmas card to the teacher. So here is set. The second card, we're going to make 2 more. So here's my next one. Let's make a kid's card. So we're going to do a little. And again, I looked at my thing. So I have these. I might want just that. I might want just that. And when I think of these, I think of plaid papers. So this will be our next. So we're taking this, and I'll call out the measurements again. Remember, this is our half sheet of cardstock, and we are doing 2 inches on one side. I was just trying. Oh, okay. And 2.5 on the other. I was just looking at
1/2.
No, we're on the wrong one.
Oh,
Okay. Then I'm taking this one and I'm doing 2 inches on one side and the 1/2 inch on the other. Okay, so these are ready. And we'll be doing one more because we're going to make one more card after this. So if you're following along, we'll get plenty of practice in here. So then we're going to take these 2 and I am going to put. So I started with this. Okay, does this help? Can you see that? So these are the colors I chose to go with this, the blues and the greens. So we will. See, I could work the flip sides of these too. That would work fine too. I love this plaid paper. It's just, muted plaids, and plaids just fit so with fall too. So I'm going to put that one on. So you'll always know these measurements because this is 5 1/4. This is 5 1/2. So this is a 1/4 inch smaller. And if you remember, we scored this at 2 1/2. So that makes this one 2 1/4. We scored this one at 2, and that makes this one 1 3/4. So if you ever forget, you can either measure it or just kind of, if you remember what you did, otherwise just measure it because you're just taking away a 1/4 inch. So that's really fun. Sharon said she's unsure of the inside. Okay, we'll watch it. We're going to do this again. So here's our inside. One side goes down. So this is like when we do an accordion. So it goes this way. This is my little, and see, this is cool. If I just put it here, you can just see it. Do you see how it's just going to come down and pop up on the side like that? So this is what we're looking for. If I do right angles, that's really how the card is going to look. Let's see if I can even see this by this one. Yeah, see, I could show that. Do you see how there is that gap there? It's flat when it's flat, but there you see the mechanism, and it pops up that part in the front because that's what lifts this.
I think you can read that.
Okay, thank you, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Next. So I'm going to put this on. Any other questions? Is that helping? Okay, I'm going to get this off. So this is the biggest trick. So if I were looking at it sideways, do you see how that's going to fit? I'm going to square this up a little more. So you see how that's going to fit right in there. It's like a little box thing right there. But I'm going to lay it flat to do it because it's a whole lot easier to see. And then I'm just lining it up right along that fold line, that score line, right like that. Ooh, that wasn't even very centered, but I think it'll be fine. I was a little too, as long as I have room to attach here. So now if I don't even put that up, do you see how this folds flat and does that? So the whole key is this just has to come not below that. And my first one, I did have to change it up because, and that's why I had that funky measurement. I changed it because it came a little too far below here and it didn't slide easily. So I think that's the fun of when you're doing folded cards like this and fun folds. You just play with it to kind of make it work for you. If you have some trouble with it, you might end up with different measurements, but that's okay too. And this, of course, is the challenge for the back porch stampers this week. We just want to see what you do with this layout. Okay. So cute. Okay, so that looks, that's cute, but
Yep.
Does it stand out enough or does it need white? Or does it need, is this white big enough? Maybe it just needs this little white. Oh,
Yep.
I like this, just the little white. So see why we have possibilities here? And this is why, I always mention that I just keep a lot of different die cuts. I have them all in a range. I always have my starter packs because I don't want to sit and make one every time I have an idea. Debbie said this card design, she'll make a bunch. Her 5 kids have turned into 24 people between in-laws and grandchildren. I know, isn't that fun? Lucky you, because it doesn't always go that way. Okay, so this time I'm going to put this on. Oh, and I did make a little birthday greeting out of this set. I'm thinking this one I'm going to pop up. If I can find it. Okay, I can find my little ones, so I'll put those on. I need to clean off this desk. The part you don't see is pretty atrocious. Okay, he's cute. And then I have a little, let's see, I do have little words for this. And if I don't find them, they may have dropped. Okay, I took the birthday words out of this. Okay, I'm going to look on the floor once, and otherwise, let me find they'll they're going to be. I was just going to see if it made a difference in where I put this, but since I can't find it, oh no, but that will work. It's not the one I'm going to use, but I just wanted to show. Do you see how anything like this? Well, that actually does work. I appreciate you if I were doing a thing, but I want this to be a birthday card. But you see how you could use any kinds of words? And I did take words. So the finished card will be on my blog. How do we keep the card closed? Okay, if you care, actually, this is how this card looks. This is how it came. It's closed. I would consider that closed.
Yep.
All you need are sharp lines. You need to make sure that this is flat inside and let it sit for a bit. If I ever need a little longer, I put, see, we'll just look at this. We just want to make sure this goes in all the way. I'll often put a book on something if it doesn't matter. Just remember not, because this one just hasn't, it lays flat. Now, if I cared, like I need a heavier book, but there's Tim's journal. He always has journals by him. Another option would be to keep it closed. I could put my words like this, pop that up. This isn't the right color for that, or I'd put that on. See, that would work. And then it would flip up this way. And then we're just making it a latch card. So that's another option. But I think this one's going to fold fine. I'm totally happy with the way this one folds.
But if you put it in an envelope and mail it to somebody, it's good and smashed by the time it gets
Yeah,
there.
by the time, yeah, I think that's true. Because by the time I got that card, so I think they'll kind of all be like that. So you have to check back for the finished card on here, because I can't find things on my desk. And I know it's here. Okay, then we're going to do one more.
I sometimes have trouble expressing myself, so I write little notes for Karen.
Yeah, that's right.
But this one fell on the
Leaves him all
floor.
around the house, on the floor, everywhere. And if you believe that. Yeah, that is true. So part of it's just that feeling of the brand new card, but we can always create a latch. So the last card I wanted to do was, I decided to use, because I wanted to talk about a couple things here. I'm going to use this paper. Because I just want to talk about all my little starter things, because I will cut these apart. This is kind of my last sheet out of what I haven't cut apart. So I've only been taking what I've needed, but one of these days I'll cut them all out. But I wanted to do a card like this. So here's what I started with. These are what I'm going to start with. This is going to be my latch thing. So I have like 3 of these. I like that. No, I don't think that works. Which do you prefer, Tim? Out of this one or this one?
I think that one.
Okay, and then I took these, because we're going to make a little layered here. You see, these are from the bottom of this sheet. I have one more here. You'll see this one. I will cut those green leaves off and then into there. Because this time I will use these plain drinks and then stick one of these behind. Does that make sense? Because some of these have something already in them. But I love this idea that I can just create my own. You see, I can just make my own little thing like that. I like that. Which one do you like? This one or this one? Which one should we do?
Put the other one on. I think the other one.
I just wanted to show how even those end pieces.
I don't know. They're both equal.
Okay. So it really doesn't matter. I'm going to just pick one. But I want to point that out, because when you're looking at your papers, it's just kind of fun to think about what, even the odds and ends of things, what they can do. Now, if we wanted.
If I bring Karen a glass of water in the evening, she says, "Where's the sprig?"
Yes. What flavoring? Is it lemon or lime tonight, Tim, in my water? But I wanted to just talk a little as we go along, because I like how you're kind of coming along and making things. Now, I thought this would be fun too. Take some of these berries and put right here. I've used some of these flowers, but maybe with a pink flower, maybe a pink flower. So yeah. I will do one, because I don't have the other paper in here, because we love to chat a little bit about
that one.
I'm going to take this one right here. Oh, see, this is another sprig. I will cut that out. Oh, I had to put it up here. This is another sprig. I will cut that out and then put one over it, a plain one. And for these flowers, I like, sometimes I'll use all 3. If I'm using one, I take the biggest one. We're only going to do one today for time. But in fussy cutting, and you know I love to fussy cut, you don't need to be that exact. And notice that I have my
holding her
elbows on the table, and I'm
firm.
holding my scissors, just holding it, and I am using my other hand to turn the paper. And then we'll see. I also thought one of those little fruits, would be fun. So, so I could do 3 little flowers or none. Or I could do a grouping, or I could do none. What do you think? Does it look a little bare by itself?
Yeah.
I might change this. So I might cut out one of the fruits. So, work in progress. So we're going to go back to doing this card. And this is our last one, if you're working along with me. I'm going to take my half sheet of cardstock.
So what are we doing here? Let's point out.
We're doing the 8.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to do 2 at one end and 2.5 at the other end. And you can fold those to meet. Mm-hmm. And then I'm taking the white. Oh, Patricia said she was looking for a Halloween thing to give out, the gift card. These would be adorable for Halloween. Oh, I didn't even think about doing Halloween. Cute. And lucky grandkids if you get gift cards. Nieces and nephews. Your nieces and nephews. Oh my goodness, you're the cool aunt for sure. That's pretty fun. And now this one, we're going to do 2 and then half. Okay, and these will fold like this. You can do that. And then I will do these. Do a fast work with 2 of us here. And then you just match up these papers.
I mean, I don't slow you down.
I don't know. I don't know. Only if you change the subject and, start. No, you don't. No, you don't. He says the same thing. We're walking. You sure I don't slow you down? And I would say, oh, no, Tim, I'm walking as fast as I can. I'm just really glad to have you with me.
Lying.
There's only so much honesty a relationship can take. So, okay, so now I've done this.
She's lying
okay,
to me
who all has made like a prototype along with me here? I always just love hearing that. And, I know I'm the kind of person that would just sit and watch with my feet up and my cup of tea, and then I would play it back on double speed and stop at the parts I care about and then do it. That's how I do things. Okay.
She loves double speed.
I know, and Tim can't stand it.
Oh.
How can you listen to that?
Why are you listening to the chipmunks?
So do you see? That's exactly how that fits in. So it's just an interesting shape because it goes out there and then in. And then this one needs to be folded up. If you're having kids make like gift cards for their teachers too at the coffee shop, you can have them draw a little picture as the main thing. Or, there's all kinds of things you can do to personalize it and get them involved. I think nice messages and gift cards are about the best things you can give teachers. Okay, so that's going in. And we're double checking. Now, a lot of these, I haven't been adding things in here, but you can. Okay, so I'm going to put, if this is going to go on here, and I did do little congratulations, and I was going to make this a congratulations. You made it another year. So this is really a birthday card, but I had this sitting around, so I thought that fits. So Laura said she made 2 roasters full of vegetable soup this morning. Oh my goodness. And now she's sitting and watching. Oh my goodness. That sounds wonderful. And I bet your house smells wonderful. Joan says, her caregiver support calls them therapeutic lies, the kind I just did for Tim. Oh, that's pretty hysterical. Therapeutic lies. About how I'm walking as fast as I can. Yeah. And then I put the little congrats. And I feel like this still needs something. So I will either be adding gems or some of these berries or something, because that just doesn't quite do it. But I think more like the berries or a green, like a bigger. Oh, let's see. See if we had these, but this isn't going to be quite. What about? No,
put a berry on top of it. Is that?
No, not quite. I think I'm going to use one of these because it would be long. So, tune back in to see what you're going to do when you get cards. So it's going to be fun now to see what you guys do with this simple design. Carla says she made one, but needs to put a pumpkin or fall leaf or something on the top flap hanging down. Yes. And I love how you're just thinking all the different things that could be hanging down. So when I do cards, as I mentioned, I will start with what my accent pieces are, all my starter boxes, I call them. I'll look through and flip through for something that I can use as my accent, and then I build my card around that. But if you're just doing a sample, you just do the sample and you have that part. This is your main part right here. If you've got that down, everything else becomes really easy. Cheese and music. I love that. Cheese and music. Says watching on the computer upstairs, craft room is downstairs. Oh, well, then you can take it in shifts. That's all good. So this will all, Narsh puts together the PDFs and stuff for me. So she goes to work this evening. And so then, all that'll be up on the website.
And as introduction for the cards, this is Vessels of Hope, who sends.
Oh, we'd gotten a blanket and stuff from them, and it is a church group that, but Tim says we have to show this card. This is such a great card. It's going to hang on our board. Life is all in how you look at it.
They're such sweet ladies.
But they sent the gift, a couple of months ago, and then they sent another letter and all these notes just saying that we're still praying for you. And the reason we wanted to show that was just that idea of keeping in touch. And I think we've mentioned before, but people will say, like, when they lose their spouse, they get a whole lot of cards, but a year later, they're really lonely. And, that day is so forgotten. I'm terrible at dates. Even if I write them down, I'm terrible. So I'm not saying this is perfect for me. But when you hear about people that check in with people, and people have said, it was the 3rd anniversary of losing my husband, and my friend sent me a card honoring that. And I guess that's sort of the thought to me. It's like, sometimes we want to just be a one and done, but there's that ongoing love and support. And I know some of you have sent more than one card, and I'm not asking you to do that. The point of what we're just saying is remembering as things go on, just that awareness and just how good it makes you feel. If somebody remembers, or when you lost your child or daughter, when something happened, when somebody remembers those ties, it is just very, very thoughtful. So thank you. But anyway, that is just, if I could figure out how to do that with stamps. See, this will go in my feeder box after we show it to the kids, of course, because I got to take this one back. But if we ever have another giraffe stamp, you better believe you're going to see this kind of a thing, because I just think that's such a great idea. Yep, they're paper hugs, LeVar said. That is so, yeah, and to feel like, yes, remembering people later. And I think the same thing sometimes when you're just thinking of someone, to just send a card, letting them know you're thinking of them. It's like putting action on what your thoughts are, because there might be a reason they came to your mind. They might be really needing to hear from you that day. So it's just pretty fun. Okay. Now we have a Halloween card.
And
okay. Yeah.
It's the Monster Mash.
Monster
Mash. Graveyard
From
Smash.
From Joan Ballinger. I love it. Scaredy cat. Bad to the bone. Oh, I love it. Oh, and it's a box card. It's the most spectacular time of the year. How adorable. So it stands up like that.
And
that is precious.
I think we're all of that age that we probably remember the Monster Mash.
Monster Mash. That's awesome. Deborah Earhart. Oh, we are on. Oh, these are Halloween cards. How fun, from Texas. Look at this glimmery spider and glimmery paper and the eek, eek, eek. Oh, how fun. What a great card and fun to put together. Krista Thomas said that she lost her husband 2.5 years ago. Yeah, and how time marks that. But it's also, I think, the same thing. They talk about the importance of talking about people that have gone, saying their name, reminiscing, and we can be too easily afraid that someone doesn't, it'll bring up sad memories, but it's really being caring and thoughtful and keeping all that precious alive. So thank you. Oh, that is adorable. Oh, look at this and this little adding in here. That is so cute. Next, we have from Michelle Herrick in Nebraska. Happy Halloween. Oh, this is adorable. And and I love this with the tree, the house. So cute.
Spiders.
Oh, this is so fun. Thank you, Michelle. Just
And look at the stamp. I didn't know there was Halloween stamps.
oh, I didn't either. You know, sometimes I think like we're not big Halloween people, but the Halloween stamps can be so cute that it's just fun to have a reason to make cards. Margaret Springer from Michigan. Not a spooky card. How pretty is this? Look at the flowers in the jar.
Mm-hmm.
And look how this is with a marker, just swishing, but it gives that impressionistic look of water. You know, doesn't need to be filled in. Isn't that a cool look? It's a very cool card.
Very cool.
Love that. Beautiful, Margaret. Thank you. Meredith Pullman from Nebraska. Oh, a couple from Nebraska. Oh, talking about leaves hanging down. Look at how pretty this is. Oh, and this is an angled card. This is so awesome. Oh, and she says, I'm a retired pediatric nurse. How sweet. So I was happy to hear about Emerson. Oh, it's great. She's seen a lot of that kind of thing. This is that fun angled card. It's a good day to be happy. That's so true of every day. Isn't that cool? Great card. And it's going to stand up like that.
Very nice.
So very fun. And then we have, Linda Stringer from Arizona. Oh, that is too funny. Happy Halloween. Bats, trick or treat. Oh, I remember this paper. This is a stamp on a paper, but I've never seen the stamp. That is hilarious, Tim.
I know.
That is so cute. And that is definitely an adult going out trick or treating. Yeah. I don't know that I want to see that person at the door. How fun in a step card like this. How cool is that? Yeah, Carol said she lost her husband 2 years ago, and it is always nice to be thought of. Yes, we talk about that. You know, that day will be coming for one of us, and we're just so aware of that. You know, take the days you have and remember the memories. Wanda Kavanaugh from Michigan. Oh, and now this is on the cute end. That last was kind of creepy Halloween. This is adorable, blowing bubbles. Doesn't get cuter than that on rollerblades. Oh,
and reading a book.
And reading a book all at the same time.
That's why
heading for danger.
That's why it's a ghost.
Heading for danger, but I can relate to that. That is adorable.
Candy.
That is so fun. And one last card from Madeline Glover from New York. Oh, okay. This pumpkin paper is hilarious. I just have to say these expressions. If I were carving pumpkins, look at this, just delight.
Yeah.
And that girl, I'd look at doing some of these, but I don't carve pumpkins. And then she added the little skeletons. But look at that. It's like, oh no, those are great expressions. Little morbid, great, but very fun. Oh, which way to the candy? I love that. Oh, you guys, thanks for spending this time with us. We so appreciate it. And if you want to come back in 15 minutes, we're just going to go get a drink of water. I'm going to step out into the sunshine, and we'll come back and see if we get bombarded with questions, or if we just do it's not a monologue if we both talk, or if we just chat amongst ourselves and tell stories. We'll see. We'd love to have you join us.
In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to take a 45-minute nap.
He'll get a 10-minute nap. Okay. Who else can do that? He can do a 10-minute nap and be refreshed. And it's okay. I have plans for you after this next thing. So you better take your nap now.
Oh, you do?
I am not a good napper, but you guys, great. Have fun with this layout. And remember, we do a drawing every week over in the Back Porch Stampers for someone who just does your own. And you don't need to use Stampin' Up! Anything else. This is all, we believe in using what you have and giving each other ideas. We are more creative together than we are separately. So have fun. See you in 15 minutes.
Goodbye.
Bye.